So hello there, welcome to the video. Today I am doing the top movies from 2025, my personal faves. I'm going to do a lot of shout outs and then probably my top 5 I think. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it by going straight into the worst movie of the year. Now obviously the worst movie of the year would be something like Hurry Up Tomorrow or Him. I really didn't like that. You know, even War of the Worlds, as funny as it wasn't great. Minecraft as well. Actually, there's quite a few bad ones this year. You know, Death of the Unicorn could have been way funnier. Slash, it had potential. You know, before I saw it, I was like, this could be good. Not good. Electric State, awful. That's probably the most rubbish movie of the year. I actually hated that one. But I'm going for the biggest disappointment of the year, which in my mind was Mickey 17. I'm a big fan of the director. I love his movies. Like, there's not been a movie that I've not enjoyed from his. Mickey 17 was probably my least favorite movie of his, and I was looking forward to it in 2024 when it was meant to come out. It got postponed a year. I was waiting a whole year for it. I mean, I don't know. It just didn't click. Don't get me wrong. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it at all. Like, it's not the worst movie of the year, but the most disappointing. I still gave it like a 3.5. I think I still enjoyed it, but I was expecting it to be my new favorite movie. So yeah. Mickey 17 is my official most disappointing movie of the year. There's a couple though, like Fantastic Four again was solid, but I feel like it's a little underwhelming in the fact that if there was a Fantastic Four 2, I probably wouldn't care, if that makes sense, do you know what I mean? Similarly, the final Mission Impossible and the new Karate Kid, both kind of a bit underwhelming. So there's a lot of movies that weren't awful, but were a bit on the disappointing side. But to lighten the mood, let's get into some honourable mentions. Some not in the top 5 movies, but movies that are pretty solid and deserve to be watched. So we have Bring Her Back. Love that movie. You know, I love the Raka Raka Boys. I can't wait to see whatever they do. I think they're on the big things. Begonia, really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. That's very close to being in the top 5 for me. If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Again, that's a top 10 for me. I love that movie. It's pretty new out, I think, that one. So yeah, if you haven't seen that one, watch that one. Blue Moon. I had no idea what that was going into it. That really took me by surprise in the best way possible. Similarly, The Ballad of Wallace Island. That's one of the only ones I've seen twice on this list. And it's not quite in the top 5 for me, but in terms of my favorites, like I'm obviously ranking it as like best / favorite merged. If it's just favorites, that one's probably top 5. I really like that one. It's a really nice vibe, good, great comedy to it, and yeah, just all round lovely film. Some other just great movies. The new Knives Out, Wake Up Dead Man, brilliant film. Might be my favorite Knives Out, honestly. It was just an accident. Again, a foreign film, but again, it just like I didn't know anything about it. Went into it, blew my mind. Sentimental Value, Hamnet, 2 ones I've watched quite recently that I probably will be rewatching very soon. And when I rewatch them, they could be number 1. I enjoyed both of those. I also love Paul Mescal, so I knew I was gonna like Hamnet. There's even a couple that I didn't necessarily love loads, but I enjoyed and they deserve to be mentioned. Eternity was a fun little comedy, as was The Threesome. Both of those movies were a fun twist on the love triangle, I would say, a fun twist. And then yeah, Signs of Life and Sorry Baby again. Both of those, I think probably if I rewatched those, they would get bumped up quite a bit. I liked them. I didn't love them, but I think if I watched them again, I'd love them. So yeah, those were my honourable mentions. But now we're going to get on to the top 5. So in 5th is No Other Choice. I knew it was going to be a good movie when I found out who directed it. By the way, I go into every movie without watching a trailer. / most of the time I don't know the plot. So I went into this completely fresh. But as soon as I realised it was the director who did The Handmaiden and the Vengeance trilogy, I was in. I was fully in. It's very funny. You know, it's very chaotic, and it's just a very good movie. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's about some guy who's trying to make sure he gets a job, is all I can say. And yeah, very good film. Please watch it. In 4th is probably a lot of people's top movie, is Sinners. Now Sinners for a long time was my top movie of the year. A part of me still wants to put it as the top movie of the year. It's just brilliant. I think honestly these top 4 that I'm about to say, any of them could be my number 1. I had the same problem last year when I had like Substance, Nosferatu. You know, I had like 5 movies that I just enjoyed equally. So yeah, all of these are they're in order, but they're not. And Sinners is just brilliant. You know, the vampire element. I think honestly, I actually think if it wasn't a vampire element, and if they just stuck to what the first half is, I think I would have enjoyed it just the same. I mean, the vampire it just really puts it spins it on its head, and yeah, I just couldn't compliment it more. Brilliant, brilliant film. As is number three, which is I think everyone's top movie of the year, and I totally get it. I totally get it. I kind of feel awful putting it in third, but it's one battle after another, which I know is controversial because how is that not number one? I would say this is gonna sound ridiculous that I put it third when I say this. I would say flawless movie. I would say there's not one part of that movie that is bad. There's not one part of the movie I didn't like. All round, brilliant, brilliant. Like Leonardo DiCaprio. Again, I love movies where no matter how serious it is, no matter how, no matter what the subject matter is, it's still got jokes in it. It's still funny, right? And that one is. It's not like you wouldn't say it's a comedy. You wouldn't even say it's funny like off the bat. But there are moments throughout where you chuckle. Similar to Begonia, actually. That's why I like his movies. And similar to No Other Choice. Yeah, just brilliant, brilliant film. Easily most people's top movie of the year. Again, I've kind of let, with the other two movies, I've kind of let favoritism kind of bump them up. If I was just picking best movie of the year, like if I was guessing the best picture for the Oscars, this would be it. It would be this one. In second is a movie I don't think many people have seen. I've not heard anyone talk about it. And this one is personally tailored to me. A lot of people are gonna hate this movie. For me, though, Hello Road is my number two. I really want to put it at number one. Deep down, I know it's not number one. Deep down, it probably shouldn't be on the top five. I enjoyed it though. I really, really like it. If you've seen Locke, it's similar to that where it's all in the car. The ending is a bit controversial. There's a little bit of a subjective ending, so I can see why people would hate it. I can see why people would hate it because it kind of hints at some stuff that doesn't happen. But here's what I'm gonna say. When I watched this movie, there was a moment where I was genuinely frightened. I was genuinely like terrified. And I don't get that much. I don't get that much, but I was really like uncomfortable. You know when you get like a chill, and I had that. I thought it was brilliant acting, a lot of great cinematography. It was just all round a really well done movie, and I hate to compare it to Locke because as much as it is like Locke, it is also his own beast. It's also his own thing. Yeah, it's not like a rehash of Locke. So yeah, if you like Locke / if you like bottle movies, this is for you. And it's deep down, it's my number one favorite movie, but it's not my number one. Which does bring me to my actual number one, which I only saw 2 days ago, and it's jumped straight to number one, and I don't regret it at all. It is Marty Supreme. I've seen a lot of people say they prefer one better after another. Again, I get it. I totally get it. But for me, Marty Supreme is like, that's my kind of movie. I love that kind of movie. I love Uncut Gems, the chaoticness of it. And this is just up there. It's very funny. It's got some really, moments with depth in it. And Timothée Chalamet is just outstanding. He's just phenomenal. Like, I cannot praise this movie more. I cannot wait to watch it again. I cannot wait to talk to people who's also seen it. All I knew going into it, again, I've not seen trailers, so I went into it knowing it's about some guy that does ping pong, does table tennis. I can't believe like the directions this went. There's some bits in it that like I was like in disbelief what I was seeing. Also, it's very clever, and yeah, this is just a brilliant movie. If you've not seen Marty Supreme, go and watch it. Timothée Chalamet, I think he's one of my favorite stars right now. He feels like not to be too corny, but he feels like a proper movie star. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we don't have many of those. Maybe Robert Pattinson, maybe a couple of us, but Timothée Chalamet, there's something about him. I'm backing him completely. I hope he just does really well with everything. So yeah, Marty Supreme, easy my number one, and that has been my top 5 movies of the year / some other favorites. If there's any movie I've not mentioned, please let me know, because I'm trying to watch all the top movies from every year. And if there's one I've not mentioned, I'd love to hear what it is. But yeah, thank you for watching. That is my top movies of the year. If you want to see my Letterboxd stats, it's on the way. It's on the way right now. But yeah, thank you for watching. I've been James. See you next time. Bye.